Hello everybody and welcome to episode 24 of Zack Plays Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we had our first date with Emmy, and it was pretty freaking good. She was limping, and so that was a little worrisome, but we decided not to press her about it just because I didn't want to fight or anything like that. Usually in relationships and stuff like that, I'm pretty heavily a person who just lets things happen. If the person wants to tell me about something, they will. I'm not really somebody who presses into people's personal lives, especially when you just first start dating people. But yeah, so let's get into it. Remember, as always, that this is an adult Let's Play, and it very well could include nudity, so if you're not okay with that, then please click away now. But without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? We just woke up from going to sleep, and now I'm guessing we're going to go on our morning run, and hopefully Emmy's okay. The morning is far too early for my taste. It doesn't help that I had trouble sleeping last night. There were simply too many things to think about. My mind refused to slow down. Instead, I replayed the rooftop, the park, and everything else over and over in my mind. There's a small part of my mind that is still paranoid that this has all been some kind of joke. And then I'll meet up with Emmy at the track and she'll act like nothing happened yesterday. Pushing these thoughts to the back of my mind, I throw on my running clothes and open the door. Emmy's waiting for me with her usual smile. You're late. Or at least, you're not early today. Are you tired or something? I found myself ruefully rubbing the back of my head. Something like that, yeah. Lots to think about, and all that. Emmy giggles at my mild understatement. Yeah, I didn't sleep that well either. I was actually glad you weren't early, because I wasn't early either. I wonder if the same thing kept us awake. The image of her weeping face passes through my mind. What kept you up? Emmy's expression falters, but she quickly notices my curiosity and forces a smile. Nothing important. She's obviously not telling me something. The question is, should I press the issue? Something's clearly been bothering her for a while. I want to help her, but would it just come off as me being nosy? She's got to know I care about her, though. Are you sure? If something's bothering you, I'm here to help you sort it out. Emmy laughs then, but it's not her usual laugh. There's an edge to it which seems almost bitter. Sort it out? I'm not sure it can be sorted out, Hijao. An almost grim smile crosses her lips. It's like a smile of resignation. I don't think you could help me anyway. That hurts. I don't want to say that it hurts her, but it does. Doesn't she realize I want to be there for her? For her? When things go wrong? Well, I won't push you on the matter. But I'm here for you if you decide later that you'd like to talk about it. It might help. I can see the debate raging behind Emmy's eyes. It seems like she wants to tell me, but she's not sure whether or not she can. Hey, forget about it now, okay? We've got running to do. The mention of running, something that she can handle, brings Emmy back to her usual self. He pressed the issue, which kind of sucks because yesterday we got the choice to press the issue or not. He pressed the issue, but he did it not completely correctly. He didn't do it completely correctly. Because he did seem a bit nosy about it, but he did it almost correctly. Like, he did it like 80% right. Definitely could have been handled better. But he let her know that he was there if and when she wanted to talk about it. So that's that. You know, that's what you should do. Instead of pressing the issue and like forcing the person to tell you, that's what you want to do. You just want to let them know that when they're ready, it's not up to you because it's nothing to do with you. It's their problem. Even if it does, like, if you are worrying about them, it's still their problem. You don't push somebody into telling you something that you don't want to. You just let them know that they have the option to tell you. So, you did it almost right. Right. Hurry up and stretch out, Hijao. Fat lard, we've got to get moving! She takes off like a shot, far quicker than I'm used to. Still, I try to keep pace with her, recklessly testing my limits. Gives me a feeling of freedom, like my heart is no longer important. Well, it is, and don't push yourself too hard, or else you'll die. I found myself wanting to laugh, filled with the feeling of moving beyond what I once called my boundaries. The nurse's warnings to not overdo things echo in my mind, and I disregard them. This feeling I have, this willingness to risk a heart attack for something so trivial as a morning run, feels out of character for me, but is it? Or rather, should it be? I've got a weak heart, sure, but it'll never be able to it'll never be capable of this kind of speed and endurance Emmy's capable of. Though I probably wouldn't be able to get that good even if I had a healthy heart, honestly. As we round the final bend, I feel my legs screaming in protest, but for the first time I ignore them. I accelerate to finish at a sprint, nearly catching up to Emmy. That was never going to happen, of course. Still, I feel surprisingly good. Oh, sure. My legs feel like they're about to catch fire, and I'm having trouble staying upright, but there's a shift of some sort today. It's all thanks to the girl running at the finish line waiting for me. That felt a little faster than usual. My comment is met with a grin and a shrug. Can't have you think I was going to go soft on you now, can I? But you managed to handle it just fine. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Still feeling the high from the run, and moved by a surge of gratitude, I seize Emmy in a hug. Thanks. Really. I'm not just saying that. I mean, you're dead. She's flustered by my words, squirming uncomfortably. Don't be silly, Hijao. Someone had to haul you out here, didn't they? It's not like you're not doing anything for me, right? I need a running partner, remember? I shake my head, still pointedly not letting go of Emmy, who stops squirming and merely looks up at me with a quickly deepening blush that almost seems out of character. No, that's not true. You wanted a running partner. You wanted a running partner, but you didn't need one. If I hadn't shown up the day after the festival, you would still run, right? But it doesn't work the other way around. I only managed to make it out here a few times before the festival, and without you, I probably wouldn't have made it out here at all after that. Emmy smiles at me and prods my chest with one finger. You are pretty lazy, Hijao. Hey, I was giving you a compliment, you butthead. You poo-poo McDoodoo. Well, you're welcome, I guess. I'll pay you back somehow. Well, that's not necessary, you know. I mean, I kinda like you, Hijao. And being able to run with you in the mornings isn't exactly a bad deal for me, either, so... For someone who gets so much praise, she seems unused to gratitude. I can't think of anything else to say, so we fall silent. I become aware of Emmy's breathing, of the dampness of her clothing, and of the scent of her. Coming off of anyone else, it would stink. Bro, why are you so weird about her smell? Just stop. I get it, you like her, but even when I've liked people, I haven't been like, your sweat smells good. Like, that's weird, man. Just stop. It's getting a little weird, honestly. Coming off of Emmy, it fits her in a way nothing else could. Her skin is cool, slick with sweat, and a breeze causes goosebumps to rise. Almost without thinking about it, I lean down and meet Emmy's mouth, which has already moved to meet my own. Her lips are soft, and she hums happily as we kiss, sending vibrations from her mouth to mine. There's a startling rightness to everything about this moment. We fit one another perfectly. The kiss ends, and I finally let my arms drop back to my sides. Emmy is smiling warmly at me and giggles again. Come on, Hijao, we better go see the nurse. Then it happens. As she turns to begin walking, she gives out a tiny yelp and stumbles forward. Emmy! I leap to steady her and notice with some concern that she's favoring the same leg as last night. Your leg. Emmy seems panicked and pushes away from me. It's fine. My expression must seem hurt because she hastens to apologize. Sorry, didn't mean to push you like that. I was just... She stumbles for something to say. It's nothing, really. Hey, don't worry about it. She's so flustered I decide to shrug out the whole thing off, but there's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach now that won't go away. I tried to step in and help her, and she pushed me away. Smiling, I shove those thoughts to the back of my mind and concentrate on Emmy. I just don't want you getting hurt, that's all. You don't have to worry about me, honest. I'm fine. Yes, you say that, but I don't believe you. She's an independent woman, that's for sure. But not the good type of independent. She's the stubborn type of independent who refuses to get help because she doesn't want to seem weak.
We gotta break down those barriers so she can trust us. Lean on me when you get copyright striked.
I'm sorry. That probably made your ears bleed, both because of the loudness and because of my terrible singing. Too late now. I keep worrying about you regardless, and not saying anything yesterday just makes me feel guilty about today. I should have at least asked. Would she have reacted the same way last night? Probably. I guess I'll never know now, but I will, because I'll replay it. I'm still trying to sort out what happened on the track as we arrive in front of the nurse's office. Emmy raises her hand to knock, hesitates, and turns to me smiling guiltily. Hey, can you do me a favor? Of course. Can you tell the nurse that I'll see him later? I just remembered that I've got some stuff to take care of before class. So I really need to get moving. I peer at her closely, and she fidgets under my stare. Yep, she's clearly avoiding the nurse. That leg of hers. Well, whatever. I said I'd help, and so I will. But make damn sure she sees the nurse before the day's out. Yeah, okay. I'll let him know. I mean, looks like I've just given her a pony on Christmas. Thank you so much. You're the best, Hijao. I'm rewarded for my complicity in her lie by a kiss that makes it all worth it. Or so I tell myself. She's probably afraid that she's gonna have to stop running. As Emmy heads out of the building, trying hard not to let her limp show, I knock on the door of the office. Ah, Hijao, come on in. I don't see Emmy with you. She's not sick again, is she? From the tone of his voice, I don't think the nurse is expecting me to say, yes, she's ill. She said that she'd forgotten to do something, and so she had to skip out, but she'll see you later today. The nurse heaves an exasperated sigh. Honestly, that girl. She's been avoiding me. Yesterday, she was in and out of here without even taking off her prosthetics, and now this. Well, at least it's not just me Emmy doesn't want worrying. That's a comfort, I guess? Still, I feel like I should say something about her leg. I'd lie for her, but she really needs to see him. Now that you mention it, she was limping pretty badly today, and last night as well. This is Ison. Narrow at the words last night. And what exactly were you two doing last night? We were, on a date. Ness raises an eyebrow as a surprise. Really? Interesting. Huh? Nothing. His gaze turns thoughtful, and then he grins at me. You don't think you could use some of that boyfriend charm to get her to come see me today, could you? Of course. I was planning on doing that anyway. I think she's really hurt, just pretending she isn't. Yes, she does that. Afraid I'll make her stop running. Will you? I don't like to, but if it's bad enough that she's been limping, well, I guess I'll have to see what's wrong for myself before I make that call. I see. I'm not allowed to run. Perish the thought. I don't know if she'd be able to function without running. No wonder she's reluctant to admit anything's wrong. Well, I'll make sure she sees you. Good. Oh, and before I forget. He grins at me again in what feels like a vaguely threatening manner. Don't forget that I know what medications you're on and I'll fucking kill you if you mess around. You be careful around Emmy. Got it? Wow. He looks serious, too. Got it. Don't hurt Emmy. Wouldn't dream of it. Grand. I'll fucking kill you. I'd hate for you to be late. Huh? Late, as in the late Hijau Nakai. He frowns briefly, dissatisfied. Sounded better in my head. Well, at any rate, get out of here before you miss your first class. You've got things to do, I'm sure. Shoot! As I leave, I notice the nurse pulling out his phone and dialing a number. Mako, your daughter's being a pain in the ass again. I better head back to my room, or I really will be late. Hey, wasn't he supposed to check my heart rate? Oh, I wonder if his mom's dating... If her mom is dating him. That would make sense. The lunch bell sounds, and I bring myself out of the stupor I slipped into during the morning's classes. My lack of sleep last night, coupled with the increased pace of this morning's run, has left me a little exhausted. Despite that, I find myself skipping the stairs up to the roof. There's a thrill of excitement now, in addition to the pleasure one gets from eating lunch with one's friends. True, both Emmy and Ren are still my friends, but Emmy has become more than that now. Ren, is back in her usual spot on the roof, almost as if she's never been absent. Feeling better, I take it? A raised eyebrow is my reward for speaking. Better than what? Better than you felt yesterday? Ring gives my question some serious thought. I'm not sure. I think I might have felt rather good for some of yesterday, but it's all fuzzy. Too much cold medicine? Well, I was asleep, and that usually is pretty good. But I can't remember what it feels like to be asleep because I'm not conscious for it. It's a real problem. Then again, if I knew how good it felt, I might not sleep anymore. But that's why I keep trying, so I guess that's how I can keep from being overtired. An eternal mystery to keep you sleeping at night. Maybe mystery is the wrong word. Intangibility might be the proper way to describe it. I see. No, I don't see it all. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. That's okay, since I rarely do. Do you remember what sleeping feels like? Like yesterday. Do you remember what you felt like sleeping yesterday? Well, I actually didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday. Well, that's because you remember subconsciously. Actually, I think I was worrying about Emmy. Doesn't Emmy worry enough about herself? I hadn't considered that. But it gives me pause. True. But would she ask for help if she needed it? Rim frowns. Would I raise an eyebrow? Will I get a proper answer? Probably not. Is there something she should be asking for help with? Her leg, for starters. This seems to catch Rin's interest. Leg? It's hurt. But she won't see the nurse about it. Rin shakes her head in disapproval. You have to make her. Like, she makes me go to class for her own good. Otherwise, she could lose her legs again. And that's just too weird. Losing things twice. Especially if you don't find them again to begin with. Unless prosthetics are the same as finding something. But that's a different kind of loss, is it? I think so. I wonder. Wonder what? Oh god. Emmy seems to have stuck up on Rin and me. Rin and I, actually. That's proper, but you know. Though Rin doesn't seem especially surprised, which is itself unsurprising, I suppose. Rin manages to sit herself upright quite expertly, throwing her upper body forward and using her momentum to right herself. Your leg, how's it feel? That ends me a frown and a bit of a glare. It's okay, I think. Not worth worrying about. Tell that to the nurse. He's quite insistent that you come visit him, you know. Emily pouts like she's just been told she's grounded. He worries too much. It's not a big deal, just a little soreness. I try to resist rolling my eyes in exasperation. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? He's narrow. Narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? Well, maybe. A little. But that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not doing anything about it. That would make it worse, and I don't really want to see you hurt, you know? Call me crazy, but I kind of would prefer to see you happy and healthy. With each statement, Emmy's frown fades a little more, until eventually she's grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're going to put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. Otherwise, you'll keep worrying, and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? That's right, I'll keep bugging you about it, and that might put a damper on our dates. How's the food, Hijao? Tell that to the nurse, Emmy. How was your day, Hijao? Tell that to the nurse, Emmy. Hijao. I think I'm ready to go on the talk to the nurse, Emmy. See? It doesn't work that well. Emmy giggles at a high-pitched rendition of her own voice and gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, jerk. Those eyes! I thought it was pretty accurate. Emmy and I stare at him for a while before I burst into laughter. Emmy crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Oops, that was Rin. You're both jerks. Such vile calumnies from you, young woman. I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk.
Honestly, I don't know what to think. Emi sticks a tongue out at me.
You ass. So Rin has the art club these days.
Rin, seemingly as surprised by the sudden change of topics as I am, takes a minute to think before answering. I believe it's okay. Although Namiya keeps telling me to work harder, but I don't think he understands my methods. That piece of shit.
He always struck me as slightly creepy.
Rin ponders the statement for a while.
I've never really noticed, but I don't pay attention most days, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's creepy.
How often do you meet?
Thinking of joining Hijao?
What? Nah, I've already decided to join a club.
Really? Which one?
Well, it's not really much of a club, to be honest.
Oh, you joined the tea club?
No, I joined the science club, I think. Emi looks highly confused.
We have a science club?
Not really. It's just me.
Hijao, that's not a club. That's sitting in your room reading books.
No, I mean it's me and Mutao.
I'm just the only student so far.
Mutao?
Really?
I thought Strike said.
Oh, is that what you were talking about yesterday? Your meeting with Mutao?
Yeah, that was our first meeting, I guess. Emi giggles.
Nerd.
Fuck yeah, I'm a nerd.
Hey, I can't help being clever. You know, I could have used your help years ago. You should have had your heart attack earlier in life, Hijao.
I laughed, and then realized this is probably one of the very rare times I've laughed about my heart attack.
Hindsight. Yeah.
Ringing the bell ends our conversation.
Guess we better go? Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Ren, you too.
Ren has apparently begun to doze off, so Emi gives a sharp bump.
I almost had a... Sorry, but you need to go to class.
I disagree, but maybe if I nap in class, I'll get it this time. Change your location is sometimes helpful for that kind of thing!
Her voice is just fun. It's just fun.
Neither Emi or I bother asking what it is. As we arrive at my classroom, Emi gives me a quick kiss and heads down the hallway, Rin in tow. I turn to enter the classroom to be met by the duo Shizune and Misha. Misha seems to be fighting a losing battle to keep from breaking into a fit of giggles while she translates Shizune's latest rant.
She's gonna be like, PDA? PDA is not okay. Well, we are pleased, nay, thrilled, to see how well you've managed to make new friends and forge relationships. And with such a cutie, too, Hikon.
I think that last part was probably Misha.
We nevertheless feel compelled to politely remind you that public displays of affection are strictly forbidden. Really? That's disappointing, Shikon. By Section 8 of the Codes of Conduct laid out in the Student Handbook. In this case, however, ignorance of the law may be your excuse, as we are feeling lenient. And the paperwork required to punish both of you would only add to the already mountainous volumes of work which confronts us, the sole members of the Student Council, and besides, you two are adorable together. Therefore, consider this a formal warning, and please refrain from such displays in the future, at least when Shizune can see you, Hikon.
This whole spiel is so patently ridiculous that I can't help but reply in the same pompous manner.
Well, I for one feel enlightened. I apologize profusely for my rash actions and will strive to contain my baser impulses which, I fear, impel me towards such inappropriate displays of public affection. It is hardly my wish to burden an already overworked student council with such petty manners. And will do my best to make your lives easier in this manner in the future. At least, when Shizune's watching.
The last line is delivered with a wink to Misha, who finally loses control of her laughter.
You're so fucking funny, Hikon! Well said, Hikon!
Chuckling a little myself, we enter the classroom. Class is uneventful, and after the final bell rings, I find myself alone with Mutao again.
So, it looks like we've all assembled for the second meeting of the Science Club. Or is it the first? What do you think? Should we count yesterday as a meeting?
Well, we did form the club yesterday, didn't we? That seems like club business, so we can safely call yesterday a meeting. Mutao smiles in his usual stilted and awkward way. I wonder if the muscles on his face are just not shaped correctly to let him smile naturally. You really do have a knack for this, I think. Logical thought processes, that is. I guess so. Hey, so do I! A scientist speaks with authority, Hijao. The answer here is yes, I do. When the world wants to know how it works, we tell it. Even if all we've got is a decent hypothesis. But we must sound certain anyway, because we're the authorities on the subject, right? He chuckles to go along with his awkward smile at his awkward joke. I'm doing my best not to grimace, but I don't think I'm being too successful. That's entirely false, of course. We know a lot, sure, but nobody can be an expert on how the world works, if only because nobody can be sure. With no certainty, there are no experts. But we like to pretend, sometimes. There's some things we can be certain of, right? Yes, but no. We know gravity's there, for example. Taylor's right, Mutao picks up a pencil and drops it. See? Still there. But it's gonna check every once in a while. That's why you'll still see researchers mucking around with gravity. We're pretty sure we know how it works, but there's always a chance that something isn't how we think it is. So you check and check and check. That's science in a nutshell, Joe. The whole time I've listened, feeling rather spellbound. Mutao seems to be really passionate about this stuff, I think. It's hard to tell sometimes. How the world works, how humans work, how the universe works. All these questions to be answered, and depending on what I get into, maybe I could even figure out a way to fix my heart. That said, I don't think that's a real priority for me. Besides, as we start discussing the book he gave me yesterday, I find myself more and more interested in that, and more interested in that than my heart condition. More interested in the book than his heart condition, basically. Just written, not the best. I don't know if this was meant to be in English. I feel like this is like a translation. That's why some of this stuff is kind of wonky. Before we can realize it, an hour's gone by. Well, let's call this meeting over for now, okay? We'll have another meeting tomorrow or the day after. He considers this for a moment. Call it the day after. I've got a lot of grading to do. Okay, see you then. As I exit the classroom, I realize that I don't really have anything to do tonight. Emmy and I didn't make plans, so I guess I'll go to the library. It meets doing homework in my room, anyway. The library always seems cooler than the rest of the building. Probably to keep the books from getting damaged by excessive heat and humidity. Books are sturdy objects, not subjects. But if you want to keep them in good condition, it takes a little effort. I've had several books that are so well worn that the pages are barely clinging to the spine. Wow, as interesting as all of this is, it's time to end the episode. I know, I'm so sorry. I know you guys all love hearing about books. And I do too. Because technically this is a book. It's called a visual novel. But, anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. Episode 24? I think. Of Zack Plays Katawa Shoujo. Remember, if you like the video, then like the video, because that's what you should do when you like a video. And if you honestly, truly, in your heart dislike the video, then go ahead and feel freaking free to leave a dislike on the video, because that's what you should do. When you dislike a video, remember to subscribe if you want to see future content, such as future episodes of Zack Plays Katawa Shoujo. And we beat this game, and then we replay it again, and I cut out a lot of the stuff, but we replay it again with a different girl. And so on and so forth for a couple girls. Just until we all feel like we've experienced all this game has to offer. So I can delete it from my hard drive. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Bye.